Hello and welcome to Jasiri, your favorite space for bold and inspiring conversations. Yes, I know you were expecting someone else, but for now, you've got me. My name is Omokorede Balogun, daughter of the Tolu Balogun, and I'm here because it's Children's Day. Happy Children's Day to me and every child watching right now. This is your sign that dreams actually do come through, and we can take over from the adults.
Okay, well done. Did you cram it?
No.
So, Korede, thank you so much for let me be gracious today before they say that. Catherine has said that I'm putting her through a lot. Is that what you said?
Korede is my guest. It's our guest on the show.
Yes.
Let's not personalize Omokorede Balogun.
Wow.
Yes. So please go ahead and ask your question.
So, are you now saying that you want to be a broadcast journalist like me, or what do you want to be when you grow up?
So what I want to be when I grow up changes like every single day. So right now I want to be a model.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Now, you want to be what?
A model.
I was waiting for that.
Okay, so I heard it, but I wasn't sure.
Why? Please, can you tell us more about that? I mean, Korede, it's fantastic to have you sitting on this chair with us today. You've graced us with your presence. We appreciate it, even if they don't say, I will tell you, I appreciate it. Just having you here, because
It's okay.
Please, because I know you were born ready.
I was born ready. I'm born ready for this.
I love it.
Yes, it's so lovely
ready
to meet
for
her.
this.
I know.
Wow.
So please tell me more about wanting to be a model. What inspired? I mean, you have the look, so I mean, yeah.
And the height.
Even one of my classmates has told me that.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, so why modeling now?
Because I want to showcase beauty to the world. Like it's not just outer beauty. It's also about inner beauty.
Where's my checkbook? I don't understand. It's not only outer beauty. I'm going to remove my wig.
Wow.
It's inner
beauty to the world.
Oh God. Wow. Thank you so much for that.
And she's not just saying it
How
here,
old are you again,
as well.
10.
And I'm not doing this because you are related to the Tolu. I'm actually really fascinated by you. I think what makes it more beautiful is that you're born in May. You know what they say about May babies? We are special.
This one. Stop it, Catherine. I'm the one who has to go home with
It's
her.
fine alone.
It's Children's Day.
When my hair is fully gassed up, I'm the one who has to carry her home.
It's Children's Day.
Please save me from Catherine.
Let me permit me to pick your brain a little.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It was okay for me. Is it all fun being a kid, or tell us your experience?
It's not all fun and games. There are some moments where they are fun, where they are not fun, but like at least we don't have to pay bills or anything. We don't have to pay for groceries.
That's a good one.
So we can just enjoy ourselves.
So please, what is the hard part about being a kid? I don't understand. Do you see? Do you people see?
Choices.
What's the hard part, my darling, about being a kid? Yes, please.
You guys don't see the world like we do.
Okay. Enlighten us.
You guys can say, school is not so hard, it's easy. It ain't. It's not. It's not.
Captain, you're carrying her home with you. You're taking her home.
With immense pleasure.
Let me go home with her.
That is what I will call it. See, so you saw that, I asked a question, and you just said, I get that a lot. I get told a lot that I'm an adult, I don't understand.
But do you know
or I
it's
ask
true
her
what
something,
they
so I
say?
need to come back. What is true?
You know that sometimes we probably don't understand or don't see life as they see it. There has to be something there, isn't it?
I think they see life from the lens of wants.
But not being the one to provide for those wants. Omokorede, what are two things you wish adults, not talking about your mommy now or daddy, let's widen the conversation because this girl will embarrass me on TV. But what are two things you wish adults would understand about children?
Like I said before, you guys don't see the world like we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can say, school is easy, we've done it before, it's all easy, that's how we got here. It ain't easy.
Okay.
For us. For us right here, it's not easy.
I think I heard you the first time.
For us right here, it's not easy. I want to make sure you hear that.
What? Oh.
You guys must be going through it.
I want to make sure.
I'm going through a lot.
We are.
That's one thing. What's the second thing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Second thing, well,
We'll give you time to think
second thing
about
is just
it.
you.
Oh Lord.
It's me as a
Wow.
parent.
Yes,
Yes.
you, just you as a parent.
Okay,
Like,
so if you could ask adults to do one thing for kids, what would it
Hey, God.
stop being so hard on your kids. Like literally, you literally stop it.
be? Being so
Annoying.
hard. Okay, Coco, I'm going to ask you to expand further. What do you term as being hard on kids? What do adults or what do mothers?
Fathers, uncles and aunties.
What do
you have
you
enough of
mean
those
by
too?
so hard? I mean, so we can learn, hey? What do you mean being so hard on?
Like, okay, for example, let's say they got their test results.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just using it as an example.
Okay.
Okay, and it's mathematics, one of the most important subjects.
Yes.
So, okay, let's say it's above 100.
Yeah.
And your child gets like 60, 64.
Yeah.
Then you now start complaining like, you can do better, you can do better, you can do better. But then you now end up punishing the child
Yeah.
for not getting up to 70. Like, how does that even make sense?
Okay.
Is this a real life experience?
Yes. Because when I went to church and I did my own church exam, I got 64 over 100. You started
So wait,
complaining.
you know this thing I tell you, your parents are the ones who have to set standards. We can't accept just anything. And parents need to wait, I'm talking. I let you talk. You know the rules. So standards mean that this is my expectation of you. And I need to have high expectations of you so that you too try to achieve high. I can't have low expectations and be okay with coming home with, are you all right? Who's coming home with 40? See, where I grew up, 70 is not even pass. 95 is where A starts from. So if you're getting an 80 and you guys are, it's all right. It's a
that's
different
your
curriculum.
old Renaissance age.
Jesus.
That's not even now. That's in Renaissance.
Wow.
It's peculiar. It's my producer. It's my producer. I blame for peculiar. You need to see me in my office after the show.
No, but Tolu, you still have a please don't please, it's Children's Day. Korede is immune. She is, as you see her so. Korede has a free pass, a carte blanche. She's today like this.
So
Korede
my
can
own
do
free
more.
pass must be above half. Must be at least half.
This today like this. Wait till 12 midnight.
You
That
still
thing
want to
you
have
want to
children?
Yes, please.
Tolu Balogun has a question for you before we move on.
So they say I should ask you again. It's not me. He's my producer. Peculiar. Well done. I'll see you in my office after this. So if you were to be president for one day, what's one thing you would fix for children in Nigeria?
First of
Sounds
all,
of freedom.
school be cancelled and
Jesus.
from now on, online education. Because it's hard to wake up 6 a.m. every single morning, Monday to Friday. It's hard. It's very, very hard. We need our beauty sleep.
But you don't go to sleep on time. Do you know how I have to?
How is that our fault?
I don't want to.
How is that our fault? Our bodies don't want to sleep by 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So why don't you want to sleep by? Why don't children, your mates, not want to sleep by 9 o'clock? Isn't that late enough?
No.
So what time would you say?
What are you doing? What are you busy doing?
You know, there was one time I stayed up to 4 a.m.
And were you going to school the next day? Was it not holiday and vacation? Were you up by
maybe
yourself?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
But
you
you
very much.
forgot about me.
No.
You forgot about me. It's still painful.
So what is the time? What do you think is the perfect time that children should go to bed?
12 a.m.
Okay, so when you say 12 a.m., what would the child be doing from after dinner till 12 a.m.?
Watching television, of course.
Okay.
Their
But you know
favorite shows.
television is not good for you. And you know you don't watch TV during the week when it's school.
Eh,
I'm so sorry for you people. It's like you're in the middle of a silent tug of war. It's all right.
But have you experienced online education because you suggested it?
no, but family friends do.
And you think it will work for you?
She doesn't remember COVID. They did it a little bit during COVID. I think it was the aftermath of COVID or during COVID, but it didn't work for. So it's it doesn't work for all kids.
Yeah.
It can work for some, but not all. So you need a fix for all kids. If you could fix something for all children in Nigeria, Korede, what would it be?
Such hard questions.
every child who gets an opportunity like this.
An opportunity like
Now that's cool.
this. That's good.
That's cool.
That's good.
That's cool.
Well done.
That's good. Yes. I mean,
Madam Red Lips.
oh Lord.
Right, red.
I mean, we've seen how
that's the
outspoken and
standards.
confident you are, Korede. Who would you say inspires you, and how has it made you who you are today?
Okay, so first of all, I have many people who inspire me.
Okay.
But
That's
one
good.
special person who inspires me the most.
Yeah.
My mother right here.
Hey.
She inspires you.
Even though smoke is coming out from my ears right now, just invisible smoke. It's coming out right now.
What are those things she does that inspires you?
Well, first of all, coming out on TV like this every single day. Even though school is harder than this,
Hey.
but she's my mother. She's my mother.
She does it effortlessly.
You have to put up with her, I guess.
I have to. Unfortunately, I do.
You two will see me in my office.
You know, I have to tell you something. That when we were growing up, I know you term it the Renaissance times. Ne?
Yeah.
I know that when we were growing up, do you know it was very difficult for us to have conversations like this with our mothers or our parents. We didn't have that. The ease with which you're talking to your mom today, I think it's something that should be admired. Has it always been this easy to talk to your mom and your dad this way?
Yeah.
Have you never been afraid before you said something, you said, I should pause a bit before saying
Yeah,
something?
a little bit sometimes, and there's something my parents don't know about me.
Hey.
For real.
For real.
I love it. So how do you hide that from them?
Well, it's actually really, really, really easy.
Wow.
They asked me about my day, I said, school's good, everything's fine.
And that's
We move on.
Do we really move on?
Yes.
No, we don't.
okay, so that
Yes, we do.
She thinks I don't know. If I tell what I know,
yeah,
she'll try.
tell-
No, it's
yeah.
okay. Let's.
Tell, no, tell. Tell me now. You have all this audience here. Tell.
It's okay. Maybe you and your daddy will discuss that. Don't worry, it's okay.
Mr. Balogun,
It's alright. It's
That's
alright.
why she comes out. Omokorede, I need to say thank you so much for joining
It's alright.
Thank you.
us on the show today from the entire Jasiri team to all the kids in Nigeria. Your dreams are so valid, and we will always do our best to shine a spotlight on the issues that can stop you from dreaming or achieving your dreams. So happy Children's Day. Read your books, focus in school,
Well,
and try to stay out of trouble. Can you take us on a break, though?
don't worry, Auntie Catherine.
Hey.
I've got this.
I know you do.
You're watching Jasiri, and it's time for a break. When the ladies come back, they shift gears to focus on Mental Health Awareness Month. Our guest is the convener of Mental Health Conference, as well as a psychiatrist and psychologist. She knows what she's talking about, so everyone needs to listen to her. Dr. Maimuna Kadiri is back at the table. Don't go anywhere.
I know that there are some people out there like, wow, really? Not my child. And we're just talking off air. I remember growing up, my parents were probably a bit more liberal for their generation than many other parents were. We were 4 girls. He transplanted us from Omokorede to the US. So transplanted. So you had to amend and adjust to the society in which you're raising your kids. And they did a really good job of making sure we still had our traditional Yoruba culture and values and things like that. But sometimes I wonder if I give her too much freedom, because what I realize is that there's a world outside waiting to shut her down. To silence her voice, to tell her that she can't do this, she can't do that. And I don't want her to hear that from me from a young age. So we give her a lot of opportunities. There was a time we were debating, I can't remember, and she just kept making emotional points. And I said, you know what, if you want us to have this conversation, this is how you debate. You need to point A, point B, point C. Let me rejoinder, then you get an opportunity to come back. And it's in all those kind of things that now when she's arguing with me, she's laying out her points. I'm like, wait, did I just do myself a disservice?
I think the way you're mastering parenting now, it's really commendable.
Yes.
Because it's a fine blend of how our parents raised us, plus your own discovery. You are charting your own path.
Yeah.
And I want to believe, honestly, I want to say this to you, that I don't think I think this is the best way you can let her grow, because yes, the world will try and shut her down, but when she's coming from a strong background and she knows where and how she grew up, nobody can shut this girl down.
And I actually love how articulate she is. And before you actually mentioned what you said, she was saying firstly, secondly, and I'm like, okay.
I know, we hear it all the time.
It's the confidence for me, and the fluidity in her use of words.
Yes.
She uses words interchangeably. She doesn't repeat words. She uses words that are in quote big for her age.
No, that's why she says Renaissance time.
Exactly.
And even
how many
as,
children, how many 10-year-olds
when she didn't
say
have
Renaissance and you say it properly. You know, so that is also commendable because it's intentional.
Yes.
These things that you said, okay, listen, if you want to debate, this is how you debate. Let the person land, then you say your mind and that. So she would always be ahead of her classmates or her class. And I think that's putting her a step in the right direction, because whether you like it or not, outside is not smiling.
Outside is not smiling.
So when they try to knock her down, she will pick herself up and people will wonder at her positivity. How do you have this ability, incredible ability to bounce back?
Yes.
And when she tells them it's from my parents, people say, oh my God, it's easy to say,
wonder.
I envy your parents. I wish I had a mom or parents like you.
And even when she doesn't even have what to say, you can see the deep breath, like,
it is what?
She's composing,
because if you stifle her, when she goes out there, she'll be struggling to speak. And in the struggle, births anger.
Yes.
So people will say, but why are you angry over it? Hey, because they're not letting me speak. No, you can speak without getting angry. And that's because that was allowed to her at home.
You know, this we talk about, I think there was a time we had one post or something that talked about emotional regulation and how parents, one day I always remember when, for radio days, I used to do a segment called, oh my God, I can't remember, something Rise to Wisdom. Rise to Wisdom. And it was so popular. I was surprised at how popular Rise to Wisdom was.
I don't know. Do you know, Tolu used to do it so well.
At 5:30 a.m. in the morning.
Because I would take over from her.
Wow.
So when I used to do Sunday mornings, I struggle with Rise to Wisdom. Not that I cannot advise, it's the way and the ease with which Tolu. And when you hear her, you wouldn't think she had it in her, because she was always about political issues and things that were going on in the country, you know.
Wow.
But when you hear Tolu on Rise to Wisdom, one day I had to look at the
I mean, I think you can also see that in the corridor. Imagine a 10-year-old appearing on TV. She's not anxious. You know, she has that calmness. I'm like, okay.
She's on radio. So all this one that she said she wants to be a mother, I don't understand where that was coming from. Because
but she's tall and slim.
Yeah, and they might find her because she's sassy. Yeah. She has, what they call it, steez. There's a presence. There's something about her.
You people will have to jump over Omokorede Balogun for that to happen. So I remember one episode of Rise to Wisdom, and it talked about how parents are always the first examples. You're the first example. We may never be the longest examples, because I'm realizing now she's going to be 18 in 8 years.
Wow.
The amount of time that I've had with her has swung to me having less time with her, less time to shape her, less time to influence her. And even now, I'm battling influences. She's a die-hard Aya Star fan. I can't die hard. She says, me, I don't understand. I'm like, and this why I wanted to say I don't understand, but I remember what I was singing when I was 10 years old. The songs that,
Coco, please remember to ask your mom what she was singing.
So I've introduced her to Backstreet Boys, Destiny's Child. She's learning Candy Rain, and
I think I see where the Renaissance comes from.
So I have less time with her than I've had.
Yeah.
And so I want to impart as much, and I think our parenting, it's not inbuilt, it's not in your DNA, and especially for women, I think people need to stop that. They feel like if a woman gets pregnant or whatever, she'll settle down, and somehow she'll just wake up knowing how to parent. No, man, I made mistakes and I stumbled.
No.
I've made mistakes and I stumbled.
I think it's intrinsic. You learn as you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's fluid. You learn as you go. There's no blackboard or whiteboard that it tells you a 10-pointer. This is what you do.
Can I ask a question? Do you spare the rod?
So I told them, I think around the time when she was about 3 or 4, she did something. She told me, and she knew she did something wrong. And then the next thing was, what are you going to do? You're going to spank me. Hey. It's okay. I changed methods. So spanking, it's not a regular activity. But she knows that if you push me to it, if you've been warned and you told, I will not spare that rod. But we haven't gotten to that point. I think in the past how many years now, it's probably been a rare one. Because I also when you read about the effects, and I'm not a non-disciplinary. I don't believe in what's that thing, gentle parenting. It's not my child that you gently parent.
Not me.
It's not me.
I don't have it.
We take it serious.
Yeah.
There are structures. There are restrictions. There are punishments are immediate, and I tell her I'm a woman of my word. If I tell you that this is the punishment, and you push me to the point, the punishment will be effective. Because one thing a lot of parents don't do is they don't follow through. So the child knows that they can keep pushing your boundary. You're not. It's not me. I'm not the nice parent. She told me one day.
Good guy, bad guy.
Yeah, sometimes.
There really has to be that balance. I know that with parenting, you can't win all, but Tolu is correct. You have to set.
You got to win the
boundaries, and you have to win. And they need to understand that it's not. It's not because I'm angry. I have issues with you. No, I just need you to understand. For every action, there's consequence or there's reward.
And I apologize.
And then and then you apologize.
My parents did learn. So I think I'm the one who taught my parents to really say I love you after phone calls.
My father says it is my mother. I love you. Hey, don't forget what we just said.
You said, "Mommy, I love you." Let's go for a quick break.
Let's go for a quick break.
Dr. May is around, and today, given that it's Children's Day, our focus is on the state of mental health in our children. Stay with us.
All right, so while many are celebrating beyond the balloons, the gifts, and school events, we need to start taking stock of how our children are doing mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. Many parents don't think children have any worries or issues, but that's not true. And aside from that, with the pressure, the stresses on parents, many don't see how we pass on these things to our children. Many children are bearing the brunt of how things are happening to their parents, and they just do not understand it. So once again, we have Dr. Maimuna Kadiri, psychiatrist, psychotherapist, and the founder of Pinnacle Medical Services, popularly known as the celebrity Shrink. Dr. May is here to help us navigate the complex emotional world of children and what we as parents, guardians, teachers, and society must begin to do differently, because children's minds matter too. Welcome back, Dr. May.
Thank you very much.
When I see I just
she's sunshine. Dr. May is always sunshine when she comes to
us.
Yes. I'm somebody's child. Yes.
You are someone's child. Happy Children's Day to us. Let it come from us, because it's from us the abundance that we can give to them. We can't operate from that place of deficit.
Yes.
Because our kids are the future generation, they're the legacy we want to leave behind. But how do we ensure that emotionally they are stable? We should stop this. Let's build a healthy society for our children. No. Let's build healthy children for
a healthy society.
Because the children will make up that society. So children are emotions. They have emotions. Children, yes, are children, and we shouldn't see children as young adults, like small adults. No. Let children be children. Let them play. You as parents, let's guide them, let's support them, let's inspire them, let's empower them. But we must keep them grounded as children to savor those moments, because they will never come back again. Never. You are their first point of call. You are their first Google. You are their first role model. You are their first everything.
I love that. Their first Google.
Because everything, you are the one going to, Mommy, do you know this? My dad, I want to do. If you don't know, that's when they will not go out. And the internet is right there in their palm. If you tell them, no, those they will tell them, Mommy, don't do this, Memuna, don't do that. No, the children, why? Mommy, why? The Y generation. Now we have generation beta. We have moved from Alpha to me.
Yes, if you hear Korede,
we are going to see
they tell Korede, say, could you at your age, you not born us where to be asking about this?
Exactly. So we have that generation now, and they are there. They are changing the narrative. They are the therapy generation, and we have to do a whole lot, because it is easier to nurture a healthy child than to manage a damaged adult. It's easier and cheaper to nurture a healthy child than to manage a damaged adult. Period. So parents, we need to do things differently. Number one, we must be present. Our presence is different from the present we give. Children will like give, but they want that presence. They want us to be there around them. It's not like 24 hours, but when you are present, be present. Not the one that has, what are you saying? You're doing your phone. No. be present. Number 2, be aware about your child's changes. I let a 19-year-old give birth in her home, called the placenta, and even start baby. The mother didn't know that this girl was pregnant for 9 months. Hello. So that awareness is very, very important. Be aware of that one thing. What has changed in your child today that wasn't there yesterday that you are seeing tomorrow? It's very, very important.
So let's describe the child's, because I'm sure
Emotional well-being.
Yeah, people don't understand it. What's the state of the mental health of children in Nigeria today? Because now, you're talking about it now, how a 19-year-old was pregnant and then the parents didn't know, the mother didn't know. So are we seeing an increase in cases like this that have to do with mental health challenges that children are facing? Because some people, do you know that some people are still arguing that it's not possible for children to have
They pay bills.
Yeah.
They have to do with heart disease. So that's the thing.
So the truth is that they have emotions. They go through different stages in life. We have the psychosocial changes. We have the the different personality changes as they go on. When they get to that teenage age, that's when they are looking at role model versus identity crisis. So when that role model is not there, they just take up on other things. Now we are talking about the LGBTQ plus.
Yes.
And some people are like, no, if my child to come and tell me I'm gay, I'm going to kill the child. And I'm just looking at the parents like this with my bombastic side eye. Because this gender thing and everything, there's a whole lot placed to them. Children do get depressed. Now let us go to the mental and emotional well-being. Studies are telling us that half of all mental illnesses, meaning 50% of all mental illnesses, start before the age of 14.
Whoa.
What?
50%. So if we have 100 mental illnesses, 50 will start before the age of 14, and to third, that is 75% before the age of 24. So children do get depressed. Children do get suicidal. Children do die by suicide. Not in America, in England, in Canada, here in Nigeria. We have seen it, I've experienced it, it has happened. It's still happening. And that is where parents must be very aware of those changes that are going on within their children before the school will take that responsibility.
Dr. May, yes, I want to ask a question, and I know we live in a very traditional society, and even as I ask this question, I can hear at the back of my mind someone saying, "God forbid," or may it never be my child. But what is the earliest child or age you've diagnosed of a mental issue?
As young as we have what we call early onset schizophrenia. Whoa. As early as 7, 8 years old. When the child is behaving abnormally, behavioral manifestation that were not there before. A child coming to tell you, "I'm hearing voices." And
but what they'll say is that if you hear them calling your name, don't answer, right?
Yeah. But they are distinct to tell you, "Mommy, somebody is calling my name," and then you will ignore what is this child talking about? And this is where the studies are now telling us that before people eventually get help, minimum it takes between 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
So maybe all that early symptoms will have started like age 8, 9, then we're eventually seeing the child like 19, 20. Is when we are doing the history taking back that we'll now hear and know that this thing has started, but they didn't just take it as but our behavioral issues, behavioral disorders, the attention deficit hyperactive disorder, the autism spectrum disorder. We are not saying they are not mental health related diseases, but they are behavioral, and some of them are what we call in situ, in vitro. It has happened in the belly, in the uterus before the child is born. So it's not like when you now came out, that's when somebody which now did this. No. Like autism spectrum disorder, 1 in every 88 child, and more in boys than in girls. And men that are getting married, older men that are waiting to have that house in Banana Island and drive that Range Rover. Studies are saying that those men, as they grow older, when they have children, they are more prone to having children with autism.
See, we're going to pick up on that one day, because the studies are showing that the health of a man's sperm is as important, in some cases, more important than the health of the woman. And all this time we've always heard that the pressure is always on the woman. We go reach everybody, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So, Dr. May, I'm just going to quickly jump, because you've talked about children's needs. No, let's stay with this. In terms of stigma, we are a society that easily labels people, either possessed.
Yeah.
I remember many years ago, Kathy, if you remember the time, was it in Akwa Ibom, where children were being labeled as witches. It became a massive documentary. So being possessed, stubborn or spoiled, even just the fact that we label certain behaviors as a way of understanding them. How does that mislabeling and how does that mislabeling impact children's emotional and mental needs, and what are the long-term effects of that?
That mislabeling, right? It's like how people say she's bipolar. There's nothing like she's bipolar. That's labeling. She is an individual who is living with bipolar affective disorder. Not like she's bipolar. She's schizophrenic. No. So labeling, number one, the stigma is there, the discrimination is there. It's also not allowing people to seek help on time. So people just like, it's one of those mental health trends that is damaging. Where people just, label themselves or label people and just think it is normal. Long-term effect is that, number one, access to care is delayed. Number two, the prognosis, what we call prognosis, that means the outcome. Because if you come in on time, it's most likely easier to get treatment on, adequately and get you better. But the longer it takes for you to access care, the longer, it may be 2, 3, 4, 10 times longer to get better.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So that's why we are talking about speak up, speak out, encourage help-seeking behavior, drive people to the right places at the right time to see the right set of people. Because even not the role in which we call pathway to care. You've gone to the church, you've gone to the mosque, you've gone to Babalawo, you've gone to spirituality, you've gone to mountain, you've drank agbo, all the drink agbo, you've done everything. All that number of months and years it takes to eventually get the real help. No magic is going to happen.
Yes.
So for you to say, okay, now you finally got into the right place. Now let's hit the magic wand, boom, and everything goes. No, everything has gone to the science. There's genetics, there's DNA. Things have gone wrong over time. And children, I need to state this categorically. So you find out that some people are dealing with a whole lot now, and they're like, I don't know, I have a good job, I'm staying in a good house, I have money, why am I feeling this way? We have what we call predisposing factors, adverse childhood experiences, the home you were brought up from, the way you were born, the nurture play a significant role in your future mental health. You're coming from a home where there was divorce of one or both parents, that is a risk factor. Coming from a home where there was domestic violence, that is a risk factor. Coming from a home where there's probably a genetic family history of mental illness, that's a factor. Coming from a place where you were raped, sexually harassed, that is a... So now the person is going and wondering, everything is fine. I should be happy. I should be happy, but why am I feeling this way? And that's why when you come to the hospital, most of them they're asking you, is there a family history? But when it comes to us as psychiatrists, they're like, God forbid, doctor, what do you mean?
I was going to say this. What do you mean, first of all? And they get to admit you to the wall and say, what do you mean by that?
Are you trying to tell me? It may take 3, 4, 5 visits before the person will eventually say, hey, my mommy told me that my cousin. So at home right now, are there relatives you have that are not doing anything? They are not functional. They are not even beating. They are not fighting. But they are just docile, unmotivational, not doing anything. They could be dealing with some form of, and the people don't even know. Or that auntie or that uncle back then in the village that will always be beating children up and down the whole place. He was not receiving any treatment, but he was just there in the, not working education-wise, not doing anything.
Just there.
So you know that there's that conversation in science about nurture versus nature. But in this context, it seems to be a situation where nurture and nature, for many people, are the worst things that have built their foundation.
Exactly. So adverse childhood experiences are things that people just carry on. So any little thing that can trigger or precipitate. So for example, right now everything was good, but you were sexually abused, or there's a genetic family history, and everything is good, but right now maybe relationship, somebody has just served you breakfast.
We're still in that stage.
It's okay. When we asked you if you were...
So this is a conversation I want to ask a question because I know that is very intrinsic. It's a huge part of parenting and the child as well, because whether we like it or not, children are all on social media. So last week we touched on social media and how it's affecting the mental health of adults. And we spoke about it again when Australia announced that it was banning social media nationwide for teenagers. Other countries have enacted or considered measures like this. But a growing body of work has found a connection between early exposure and use of social media to a number of mental health issues for kids and teenagers. So, Dr. May, I ask, I know that it is important that we sound a note of alarm for parents, but what is going on with children and social media? Every teenager now has a TikTok account. I never finished with Snapchat. And Snapchat.
And Snapchat is, see, the things that are happening on Snapchat.
What is going on, Doc?
We have to be more present and more involved and be more intentional. Because you can't tell a child, don't do this anymore. Rather, show them the benefits, walk the talk. So I get parents come to tell me, oh, I'm not on social media, it doesn't concern me. Auntie, it will concern you when the time comes.
You will reach home.
You will see, it has to concern you. Why? Because you are not there because it may be you that really need it. It's for you to know what is happening, what the trends are, what the current situation, so that you know what to use for that after Sunday service. You are eating that jollof rice and you are bringing up those topics to discuss with the children and let them know these things are not Snapchat. If you don't set it to your location, they will tell you are in Jasiri location right now. It will tell you exactly. Those are those are security problems. So we have to get involved, understand what is happening, and help our children, navigate this. But that early exposure, some of us we've already made that mistake. Our tablet, go and watch Barney, Teletubbies, Baby Shark, all those things. We need to make sure the first 3 years, that's what studies are showing. You shouldn't expose your child to anything, whatever. No get them
TV,
more involved,
nothing.
Hands-on.
Active.
Parents don't have that patience.
They don't have. Everybody's like walking, doing something.
Just take the tab and go. Go.
Take the phone, go there. So we have there was a what do you call that thing? Cartoon network program that had a suicide whatever. I forgot. Is it Momo challenge or something like that? That they will tell you, go pick up a knife, go do this, cut yourself some years back before cooking. Yeah.
Dr. May, I want you to stay on this because I think we need to emphasize it's not just enough to tell parents that we should not expose our kids 0 to 3 to TV or social media, but the why. What are the dangers? What are the implications? What are the consequences of this early exposure?
We have what we call addiction, internet addiction now.
Wait, I saw you guys the video of that boy, the young boy. I want to speak here, but that's not working yet. That they took the phone away.
Angry,
he went crazy. He started slamming his head on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus
so we have
Christ.
internet addiction. It's a so
for children that young.
Before we just think that drug addiction was fun, it's just a name, but there are actually significant changes in the brain structure. So it's not just for fun thing, there's now a proper addiction. So you take it away from them, they have what we call withdrawal symptoms.
When they're like not drug addicts.
For God's sake, there's the fetal alcoholic syndrome.
Yes.
If you are doing drugs, you have a child, pass it on to the child. And so those withdrawal symptoms can be so terrible. Head banging, self harm, anger issue, the child is doing normal. And so you just think, okay, to avoid this, let me just quickly give the tablet. But that's not the answer. That's not the answer. You have to find ways to get that child properly rehabilitated. So we are no longer speaking it is for the Caucasian, it is
it's from the West.
It is not a Western thing. It is right here with us, and we have to do the needful. And that's why I started with that, being present, being aware. We have to reassure the children. It's very, very important. Keep reassuring them.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think we have to have a more honest conversation. Right now, kids are facing, bullying. Younger and younger children are suicidal, and kids are being diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and more. I'm sure someone is saying, these are Western illnesses, like you just mentioned. So, Dr. May, how early have you seen a Nigerian child being diagnosed with a mental issue?
4, 3 years.
Whoa.
So let's not look too far, because there are neurodevelopmental disorders, there are behavioral disorders, there are mental health disorders. So that early onset schizophrenia, we're talking about 7, 8 years of age. A child that has anxiety disorder,
Whoa.
So, it's
So
easy
how
to
early?
spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how early should parents, decide that, what signs should they look out for to decide, does
I
this
need
child
help.
need medical
So
help?
one word I have to stand to us, parents, aspiring parents, guardians,
Aunties and uncles.
yes, aunties and uncles, concerned citizens,
Yes.
is the word change. What has changed in my child, I'm seeing now, that wasn't there yesterday, that
Wasn't
if
there
I do
last
not
week,
take
yeah.
cognizant, I'm not concerned about it, or I don't take cognizant steps,
Yes.
it may worsen tomorrow. So it's change. Mood. Why is my child's mood up and down? What is happening? But you have to do your own investigation
But
to
wait,
know.
on that mood, especially when they're entering these teenage years, and
hormonal.
it becomes
A lot of-
so
yes,
it becomes
up and down.
difficult
Yes.
to, because right now she's 10, but I
parents
think
are
I'm dealing
busy.
with a 19-year-old.
Oh, teenage, that's another phase. When you are, when you move from that early, then when you get to teenage, then you go to young adult, my dear, every
Pre-teens.
stage you are in as a parent, enjoy it. Give yourself grace to nurture and then be able to stay grounded to take in all what is happening. So change in mood, change in appetite, change in energy level, change in sleeping pattern. There are so many things that are happening.
Appetite.
Normally, if you are the type that have this family value that you sit every day, breakfast or once a week, all of a sudden this child is no longer coming in to sit in and all that. And it's always in his room. What has changed? Why is that child avoiding this kind of gathering? Let's not just say, oh, it's just one of those, it's a teenager, he's not in the mood, it's just those mood swings. Investigate with kindness. Sit with that child and
Doctor, I
investigate.
hear you. Parents don't have. It's as if they can't even.
We are
patient.
patient.
We can't catch a break.
We can't catch a break.
But that is just it. Parenting is a whole different, unscripted,
Lois, you
no
feel like
manual.
you have
Deal with your child as your child, not
Yes.
comparing it with your neighbor's child, because you know your child better and you know what you need to do. Let me give you a very recent thing that's happening now. Migrants, parents that are jackpying,
Yes.
a lot of them are getting their children diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
I have 2 examples that I know of.
Excuse me, have you checked what we're eating here in Lagos and in Nigeria with all our pepperish food and all that? Now they are eating a different type of meal.
Yes.
Their gut health might have changed.
Yeah.
Have you checked the fact that in this environment they have friends where now they are in a new environment where they are looking at it, black skin, so they are withdrawing to themselves.
Yeah.
There is a lot that parents need to understand that this rapid, it's ADHD and they are medicating, it is wrong.
And all of these are being
overlooked.
I remember they started medicating in my generation, Ritalin. And it was my generation there that they started doing
So it should be rushed.
ADHD.
It shouldn't be rushed. Let us know back end, because if this person is not a Nigerian or African that is diagnosing this child, is somebody that is white.
There's context.
Yes, the context.
There's context
No, last
missing.
week I talked about culturally appropriate therapy.
Yes.
If I'm not getting that feeling and I'm saying, hey, well, you would think I'm using what the word in medicine, neologism, forming new words. But to me and you, it's normal. It's exclamation.
Yes.
I need to ask something, because we talk about parents. There's so much time. We never have enough time with Dr. May. And parents are unfortunately in many situations passing on the pressure, passing on the anxiety, passing on how they feel in society. And many Nigerians feel knocked down. They feel powerless. And the places where they can exert power at home.
Can't use your child
over
as a
their children.
scapegoat. No.
So that's a part of the conversation. So in looking at that, I think we need to ring the alarm. You have to drop the world outside and then pick up the parenting. It might be different. There are times she calls my name and I'm like, oh my God, what is it now? But I school myself and I pay attention. But then it's not that easy for everybody. So what about socioeconomic challenges? Children who are growing up in poverty, displaced communities, and conflict zones. And they're the ones who are more vulnerable. And this is a country that lacks safety nets. What about their mental health needs?
They're more at risk, because all these things you just talked about, they are all risk factors. Very vulnerable communities. Parents don't even know the wherewithal. They don't even have the will to even help themselves. And then you are telling them they should help their children. You must operate from a place of abundance. You can't operate from a place of deficit. And you cannot give what you do not have. So you have to empower these parents for them to be able to empower their children. And an unhappy, a sad, and a depressed mother is more unhealthy for your child than for any other person. Because the woman is the natural nurturer, bearer, and rearer. So if the woman is depressed, it's a problem. If the woman is sad, how will she tell the children how to be happy? They go out there, they are behaving the way they feel they've experienced at home, until you tell them that this is not the way they behave. But this is the only way I know.
Okay, so how can parents now connect properly with their children? Because listen, it's race against time. Tolu just sat on the table and said that she has 8 more years with Korede before she becomes an adult. And 8 years just fly by. So what do we, today everything is moving fast. Yeah, how do we strike that balance? What practical things can parents or teachers do to, daily nurture children?
It's sad that we now have children nurturing children. It's sad that we are having parents that they didn't plan to be parents and they just find themselves in that circle.
Yeah.
You must be emotionally intelligent enough to understand that this is a tax. This is
a responsibility
that you have to. You are responsible for a whole human being. A whole, for we women, you've carried that baby for 9 months. Now the baby is out and you have to, so you have to be more emotionally intelligent, because children will tell you all the darkness of things. They'll do all the things that you never even expect and all that. But you have to checkmate yourself. You may come home with all the stressors and everything and traffic and your boss has screamed on you and everything. Then you come home, you want to point on your children as scapegoats. No, don't do that. And that is why during COVID, our children suffered so much and they are still suffering. The first 1 year of COVID, 25% increase in anxiety and depression. Because children, before COVID, maybe one parent will have gone out before.
Yes.
And then when they are sleeping, one parent is not yet back. Now they're not under the same roof with these parents that they are looking like,
who are these people?
Monsters. Truly. Always fighting. Truly. Beating themselves. And children really got depressed. Children really got anxious. I had a boy that came to my hospital with Uber.
By himself?
By himself. He went on Google and said, I know my parents will beat me. They will put these are their numbers. This is where I live and all that. And truly, when I called, I said, maybe more than first now. The woman first abused me, said, you are very stupid. I said, you are right, ma. I don't argue anymore.
Dr. May, we have to go. See, we have to, by the way, Dr. May has to be with us from the beginning of the show.
Yes.
We're going to talk about parenting. We're going to talk about marriage. There's so many conversations. And we will do a disservice if we do not continue there. But Dr. May, they're kicking us out of the studio. Thank you as
so
always for the work you do, for the enlightenment you share, and the manner, because it's so relatable and it gets to all of us. We have to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Happy Children's Day to all the kids out there, to all of us, because we are so much children as well. So you too, buy yourself the popcorn, the ice cream, the cotton candy. Feed the inner child in yourself. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.